is back.
Back again.
Back again.
With a fresh new haircut, William.
And back
Looking
again.
so trendy with your haircut. How was New Zealand?
New Zealand was good.
Yeah,
It's good.
Gained a bit of weight as well. Got a little.
Expensive. Really expensive.
After a trip away with your family, are you relaxed and ready to like?
No,
get back
I wasn't
into work?
relaxed.
Or do you need to like take some time to relax
Really?
from the
It was just
holiday?
back to
New
back to
Zealand
back
for
to back.
me feels like it would be that relaxing holiday. Like I'm
No.
gonna go unwind. No,
It's a real. New Zealand is like it's a really small place and things are quite close together, so you can drive like half an hour and then you're at the next thing. But what that means is you just start hitting like task after task, or like what's it like a place you're visiting, and it becomes quite like. I assume you did roughly this, like you're not.
Not really, but we do like try to go. I go places to places. So we only did like South Island, which is the south of New
so it
Zealand.
would have been very cold.
Yes, it's daytime's like 4, nighttime's like 0. So in Queenstown, we did like a couple of days, and then we went out to the ski mountains a couple of days. Then went down a couple of days. Then went another place a couple of days. So it's like we keep moving.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
And with kids, it becomes like you got to really plan. You got like breakfast, then you got lunch, then you got dinner, and you got all the like things you can do in between. And it becomes a lot of managing people. And like
Yeah.
Williams, you spend a lot of time with your kids anyway, right? Like
Yes.
I know you do the school drop off and stuff, so you're already used to that. But I guess when it goes the part where the teachers normally take over, you still have all of that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if there's something to do, like let's say you're in the ski mountains, they're going for the ski classes, then you don't have to worry about them.
What was your favorite thing on the trip?
I'm not sure.
How was the food?
Too expensive.
Yeah.
They're all
Was
right.
it all fine dining?
No, just basic food.
Interesting.
So whatever you eat here, like basic stuff, like double the price.
Yeah, I would
pretty
assume
much.
New Zealand cuisine would be fairly similar to what we have in Australia.
It's similar,
Yeah.
but
a lot of bakeries.
yeah, a lot of bakeries, pies, and stuff.
British inspired food, I assume.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you have your normal basic like
What's a Maori indigenous dish?
Maori.
Yeah.
Mostly just like it was like local animals like birds
Yeah.
and
Gotcha.
fish.
'Cause I always-
Pigeons.
in my head, it was like Polynesian style, almost like where they do a lot of fishing.
I forget the name. They have like a bush dough kind of thing that they would make, very similar to like the Aboriginal one that you would have done in school.
The dampo.
Yeah, it's a similar kind of thing. It's got a hungy, I think it is. And they,
Yeah, but in I think South Island, not so many Aboriginals there
Okay.
because it's
Maoris.
like it's very touristy.
yeah.
It's like tourist level tourists is like level 10.
You mentioned the like you hit destinations.
Too many.
One after another. It's a little like the opposite of Australia. When Australia, you're just driving through the Nullarbor.
Yeah, exactly,
And you're like,
yeah.
well, more desert.
Yeah.
Keep going. So
Like what you're talking about is like natively, traditionally before colonization, the South Island was probably too cold for most tribes to have lived there without like electricity.
right.
So
So
there's
4
not-
degrees sounds rough.
There's a lot less like Maori culture to the south. There definitely is, not to negate what is there.
I experienced snow. I think the highlight is putting
For
on
skiing?
snow chains. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you put snow chains on
Yeah,
the car.
so I was going up the mountain, and then there's a snowstorm hitting it. And when I was going up, there was like no chains needed. And then when I was halfway up, I was like, doesn't look right. I can't see it
Yeah.
anything in front, and it's just snowing hard. And then my car started to like, it's not moving. The car is not moving.
So
Like,
because New Zealand has a lack of issues other than like earthquakes specifically, one of the biggest dangerous problems in the country is tourist driving. Do you think you did a good job while driving?
yeah,
there
I
with
did
him?
a good job. I saw a 4-wheel drive went down the ditch, like the side of the
Yeah.
drain, because didn't have chains.
They slipped away.
Yeah, and one more thing, right? I'm just very surprised. You know, like how Australia is so like there's a lot of red tapes and stuff. Like you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this on the road. You got to build this.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, up on the hill, all the way up, there wasn't any fence on the side.
Yeah.
So you're just going up windy mountain roads.
There's a lot of
Good
applied
luck.
knowledge, and what happens is that they won't put a lot of fencing or stuff on those side roads because what they get is called ice sheets, and it's where like the sheets of ice of like water turn into ice on the top, but they'll just slowly slide down the mountain. So if you put like retaining walls and stuff there to stop that, all it does is it just builds up in front of the retaining wall until there's
I
enough
see.
weight that it pushes the retaining wall over, or it starts to slide. Instead of sliding down naturally the hill, it slides down the street in the opposite direction. And if you go at the wrong time of year, they'll they'll shut down certain areas and certain roads because the sheets will be going across. And my dad used to live in a place called Greymouth, which is on the west coast, and they would drive over to Christchurch, which is more centralized north. And because where he lived was like it's a coal mining town, they didn't have a lot of like facilities there or anything. And the story he always tells is when they opened their first KFC in the South Island, they this was a long time ago. We're talking about like the 70s or 80s. They got quite drunk and they drove from Greymouth to Christchurch in the middle of the night, but it was super like there's no light, there's no traffic lights. These are old kind of cars.
It was undeveloped.
And it's a different time, so they were quite beveraged up. And they drove from there to KFC for this grand opening. He said they think they stayed open for 24 hours for the first day or whatever. And they drove all the way from Greymouth, it's a couple of hours to there, picked up their KFC, and he doesn't remember any of the trip. He just woke up and he got all the way there through the hill mountains and all the way back, and he crashed into his retaining wall in front of his house. And it was mum's car and his mum's retaining wall.
After everything, after the whole trip.
Yeah, the whole trip. Yeah. But he said quite a few guys would
99%.
Yeah,
1%
would have too many beers and they'd go up into the mountains, like driving their car when they shouldn't have done, and they'd get caught in like an ice shift or something. So where the sheets would start to move down, and they would just basically slide onto your car, but your car's now on top of it, so your car would also slide with it.
Oh no!
And it would just end up in the ditch. He said usually, unless it's really bad, it's like it's slow enough that you could get out of your car and like walk off of it. But you can't really stop your car, so you just kind of stand there and watch it slowly.
It gets tricky for the vehicles too, because I know some cars don't do so well in the extreme cold as well. So you're really like limited on what cars you want to buy.
It's funny, as new technologies come through and there's more electricity and more like mod cons, like electric windows, it's worse. Cars deal with all these extreme heat and extreme cold.
The videos of Teslas not opening up the door, like a fancy electronic door.
Did you experience the Kias?
No, we got it Hyundai.
No, the bird, the Kia.
Oh, the Kia. Yeah, I got a Kia.
Yeah.
So
don't worry, William. I also thought you were talking about cars.
So, the last time when I went to New Zealand, I saw more Kias than now.
Oh.
So I think
because it's cold, they might have been hiding.
Oh, not really. Like the time when I was in Milford Sound, right? You could park before the tunnel, and the Kia will come and destroy your car.
Destroy your car, yeah.
Okay, I had to Google what a Kia bird looked like because I didn't know.
It's really nice.
It's like a big fat parrot.
Yeah,
what
but destroy the stuff.
They'll rip off all the they'll attack things like trees. What they do is with like trees and bushes, they break them down. So they're really known for like with your cars, they'll get on your car.
It's just going up to your car.
Yeah, they'll rip your ring mirrors off and like chew the rubber in your tires and stuff.
And then break off your
You got these
your weather shield and stuff. Yeah.
For the listeners, they're like a
Effectively
a big fat parrot, like really cute looking, but has a hooked beak that it just grabs onto things.
And you can't touch it.
You can't touch it.
Yeah, it's like an endangered species. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's every bird species in New Zealand, right?
They're also because they've against like a no predator animal. They've gone quite fat and their flight isn't the best. So like you stand in front of them and you'll like honk at them, or like you're in a car and you'll honk at them and they'll just kind of look at you. You're like, fucking move.
They're not used to running away from things.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to hit you, but you need to get out of the way.
A single cat just murders the entire family.
It's endangered except possums.
Possums.
You can just ram over possums as much as you want.
Yeah, and goats. You're allowed to shoot goats there as well.
Yeah, possums are like free for all.
Yeah, goats are turbo introduced.
I wonder if possums are natural to New Zealand.
No, not natural. That's why it's not natural, and they're hunting down like.
Do they encourage you to hit the possums?
Yeah. It's like if you see the possum, just accelerate.
I don't know if it's still now, but both Australia and New Zealand had a scalping promotion for possums where you could bring scalps into local councils and get paid money for them.
Oh my god!
I'm not sure.
Right back to
I think
apocalypse
Australia possums are not. It's protected now.
They are, but they're
Is it?
whatever it is, human interventions allowed them to spread further than they should have done.
Yeah.
So there's places in Australia they're supposed to be, but there's lots of places where they traditionally weren't, and they fucked it up there.
Possums for me seem pretty benign. What is the downside of possums? They just eat too much native fruit.
No, not fruits. Like birds. They, like a cat. They're like
Possums
cat-like.
are omnivores.
Feline, I think.
Most things that you think are cute, like
eat meat.
It will eat like animals.
Yeah, but does a possum hunt?
Yeah.
It does.
I guess like hunting is like it's like less like a predator where he's like running through the forest. It's more like it'll just come across a nest and just eat 5 of the eggs. The problem is like a lot of our animals are like just kind of shit at their job.
Yeah.
A lot of parrots will just create their nest on the ground. You're like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, they're not used.
So yeah, that's pretty nice. The ski trip was good.
Oh yeah, you went to the snow and everything.
Yeah.
The ski trip and all that.
Yeah, I went to the
cold so you can go
resort,
ski.
ski resort. Yeah.
How was that?
Did you stay up on the mountain?
Yeah, down
nice.
the mountains.
Is
Yeah.
skiing all that you imagine it would be?
I've
fun?
skied before in Melbourne.
You said the kids did lessons. How did the kids go? They master.
Oh, they're
skiers
so
now?
good. They're like so easy. When they fall down, they just stand up, like just stand
They've got
up.
that young child coordination.
I'm like,
They have the low center of gravity.
I'm
that
like,
Charles
how on earth you stand
has.
up? I couldn't stand up. I need 2 person to back me up.
So when I see young kids doing sick skateboarding tricks, and I'm like, yeah, that's because if you fall, you get back up. If I fall, I'm gone for 2 weeks.
William's a real tech savvy guy, so I imagine him having one of those, like, you know, those suits where the older people wear them, they fall over and then it turns into like a balloon around them. So I launched them back off. Like,
No, I just did an LD.
what's an LD?
This is when LD and buy the snow gear.
Nice.
It's
and
cheaper.
then you just donated it at the end of the day.
Nah, I just bring it back. It's pretty good.
You brought it here?
No, I bought it in LD
Yeah.
here, brought it there, brought it back.
Oh, you bought it in
I bought
Audi
my
in
ski
Perth.
gear. Yeah, it's cheap.
I wonder what the demographic of people buying a ski
lot.
gear here in Western Australia is.
And there's a lot of you can see like everyone wearing the same
Kind of gear.
because it's cheap. It's cheaper than renting.
Ski sellers over there are like mad because Aldi in Australia is cutting their
Stealing their
market.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think after that, like I think probably the rental drop a little bit because everybody could buy it
just
and then
buy
just
it
keep
real
it.
cheap,
Yeah, it's like probably like $120 for the full set.
Did you buy anything nice for yourself while you're there?
There's nothing nice to buy.
What?
Yeah, it's
Little
less
souvenir
it's-
stuff.
But there's nothing to buy in New Zealand. It's pretty much what you spend
Australia,
in New
but
Zealand
mountains.
it's on
experience.
activities.
Yeah.
Like everything is expensive. Like that stupid jet boat, right? So it's like
The slingshot you go on, is that what it was?
the jet boat that goes into the river. So an adult is $170
Oosh.
per person.
Yeah.
So like the whole family is $500 for 20 minutes or 30
Pricey.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Everything is expensive.
depending on the one you go on, it's like a hyperjet boat, and it's got like 3 Ferrari engines or something in it, and it goes through like the between like a chasm with the
Yeah.
water at the bottom. It's very cool, but again, it's one of those things where it's been priced out dramatically. But
No, apparently, according to the guide, they said a lot of it goes to license.
really,
It's not like they make
those
that much
Ferrari engines.
because you need to license the place, the river, because the river you lease the river from
Yeah,
the government, so you pay a lot like
Money
to use
just
the
to
river
use it in
because
the first place.
because it's only one like what's it called operator per section.
yeah,
I see.
You can't have like 2 operators in one section. So like if it's a place called Shot Over, right? So that Shot Over jet boat is there and the brand is called Shot Over jet boat. So they're there. Only them is there. So in another place is another one. So you go different places, different operators. And
Yeah.
most of the
I guess they like manage who's in control of everything, make sure there's
Right.
not like one corporation who gets it all.
similar to the ski resorts, like the guy who is managing the ski said a lot of the fees goes into license, not
That
like-
does sound like something that a guy who owns a ski resort would say, though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I don't make much, but my Ferrari is this is my third Ferrari.
He
Here.
gets in his Ferrari with his ski chains, snow chains
He's
on.
like, it's all right. This is my 4th one.
But
Plus
yeah,
he's-
it probably is. I assume a lot of it goes back into like conservation and
Correct.
stuff like that too,
Yeah.
right?
Speaking about conservation, you sent back a bunch of photos of just the general view, and it's very nature filled, right?
Yeah.
Everything
It's
is still
very
quite-
beautiful, very clean.
very clean.
Yeah, I like it. Like the ski mountain has no bins, 0 bins.
Oh, you're expected to take everything away.
So
yeah.
you're expected to take everything away.
Do you reckon the tourists respect that?
Yeah.
So,
most of it, yeah.
most-
90,
most
95,
do.
90, 95%.
That's good.
There's
That's
some
good.
demographics of like ultra wealth that expect it, but for the most part, people are pretty good, right?
Yeah. Unless you're staying there, you get a bin.
Yeah.
If you're not staying there, you don't get a bin.
I always found New
Yeah.
Zealand is like a amateur photographer's like wet dream because it's so
Everything is
easy to make
nature
something look
photography.
incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really good. I think what New Zealand is, it's Australia without chains.
Without chains.
Unchained Australia.
Unchained Australia. Like,
It's us unleashed.
can you imagine doing a jet boat in Australia? You can't. It's
just-
going
no,
to be so many
It's
red
like
tapes.
it would be the equivalent of like a dirt buggy.
Yeah, it's
In
like
Australia, we just go.
oh,
We
the
just got a
insurance
big
is like
buggy, right?
2 million.
I feel like there's something similar in Queensland, but you are right. It's like there's something the addition of like the picturesque location plus the extreme sport. Because you're right, there's all the big swings and all those kind of
Yeah,
things
but
where
I don't think it's as like it's easier to do it in New Zealand than to do it in Australia because of like all the regulations, right?
what like having like because I have quite a like fair bit of family there, so I have a decent idea of how a lot of stuff goes on there. But because you already have like a large draw of tourists coming into like a smaller area, it means you can pack in more touristy kind of things. Because people see, like when people think about traveling to Australia, you think far more about like visiting the Kimberley or visiting Uluru or visiting the beaches. So there's like locations you go to kind of experience that very like slower paced item. Whereas except there's travel agenda for New Zealand is like, all right, you're hitting this ski resort, then you're hitting the toboggans, then you're hitting the jet skis, then you're doing quad biking, and it's like it's much more of a like, all right, let's pack it in, and that's the experience. You go there for that.
I think we can still do it here. It's just, I guess, the so-called Shire regulation and stuff.
Yeah.
Like government regulation will stop it.
A big part of like a lot of our waterways in Australia are sold off to the ultra millionaires, where you have they're covered in housing. You know what I mean? If you think about all of unless you go really far out, which is then protected, so you can't do that there. You have.
Do you see the news where the boating in, I think, Kimberley or whatever in, up north?
Yeah.
It got into an accident and then it got shut off.
Oh, really?
You know that one that.
What kind of boating? Like recreation
No.
boating?
So it goes into it's like there's a chasm that they go through it, and then I think someone
They hit it?
I think fell off the boat or something. I don't know, and then the whole thing got shut off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very things like this.
Right.
that
Australia,
it's too like
Australia
I guess
government
if
has
if it's in New Zealand. Like, oh, if someone fell out, yeah, just pull him out. It's done.
Put it back in the boat.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The Australian government does like to have a lot more control in a lot of like safety sectors, right? It's like this is like, oh, you can't do this because it's dangerous.
We are seeing it like it's a big problem for Australia in a lot of facets when you're talking about like taxes and like running businesses as well. Like a lot of businesses choose to leave Australia because they can't operate the same way they would in pretty much every other part of the world. You know,
Gotcha.
There is a lot more yellow tape, 100%.
There's obviously we're in the hobby sphere here, right? So we do a lot of the gaming stuff. There's one of the things I get really a lot of is in Australia, in WA, you're allowed paintball. And that's the only sort of like, let's say, shooting style recreation hobby is paintball. There's no airsoft, there's no gel blasters.
Yeah.
I know gel blasters was a big one in WA for a while. Like it was really gaining traction because people really like the idea of like you can play a shooting, like, you know, I can shoot my mates, but we're also not going to get dirty from all the paintball.
I think it hit like it was like a legal loophole that it was getting through.
Correct. It was getting through because it wasn't airsoft, because it wasn't BBs.
Yeah. And it was also something to do with the size of the guns and the amount of compression they had. But then they just readjusted the law regulation to include those as well.
Yeah.
So then they got shut out.
And then now all the gel blaster stuff is all gone from WA as well. I think there might be in the eastern states.
East
there still
is okay, yeah.
But in WA, no, not allowed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why?
It was a big deal because I had friends of mine who bought gel blasters and were getting really into the sport of it.
Yeah.
And then just gone.
Well, the problem is with those, you can fairly, if you're like someone who's in the know-how, you can fairly easily change it so they shoot ball bearings, and then it's just as dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've seen
what,
it.
what if you have like something that's legal in, let's say, Queensland, and then illegal in WA? It's just so like why, right?
That's a lot of countries, right? In the states, the United States.
Yeah, but that's
laws,
different. Each
regulations
one of their
change.
states is the same population as one of our countries. Our countries
True, you're right.
really just can do with one regulation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Like there's a big distance between us. But my brother will import like those airsoft things, and like, you know what a ging is? A ging is like a souped up slingshot.
Oh, yeah.
And you can shoot spears out of it by
Oh,
just
my
holding
goodness.
it back.
For spearfishing?
That too, like guys will use it for like hunting rabbits or rats
Gotcha.
or bats, like a lot of pest control kind of stuff, theoretically. And but there you can put like it's it's a slingshot size thing, kind of like the Bart Simpson thing, right?
Yeah.
But there's ones where you can put in like little barbed spears and you fire them underwater, same thing.
Yes.
That's really what they're like sold as online, and but you can import them to be aimed at Queensland and then readjust the address so that it comes to here, but about 50-60% of them won't make it through. It'll get picked up by customs, and then they'll be
But
cut
if you
out.
shoot it to Queensland, then Queensland ship it here, then what happened?
Well, because it's usually coming from like Timu or something, or like some sort
No,
of
I
website.
mean, like, if you have a friend in Queensland.
Oh, that's different. You probably get it across. I'd say.
Okay, yeah.
But what they do, there's like ways that where you the original address you put into the website to send it puts it in Queensland. You pick an address, and then you email the company and be like, "Oh, hey, I need you to change the address, but it's not on the website that they've put through."
Right,
So it's like,
right.
it kind of like circumvents.
It gets redirected.
Yeah, and then I think the disclaimer is like, well, if it gets picked up by customs, that's not our like you don't we don't care. It's your problem, right?
One of the things that I heard was it's like when I was young, you know, I was like, hell yeah, guns. And now that I'm older, you know, I'm kind of over that phase of like being into like airsoft and paintball and all that such. But a lot of mates of mine were really into the idea of airsoft and into the gel blasters because they could have their guns look a lot more like a real gun.
Yeah, they look like real guns, bro.
And that was that was part of the big regulation
Yeah.
behind them was that the cops were, we don't want people who are walking around the streets with guns that look like fake guns that look like real guns.
Yeah, you brought like at Banks Grove, like it was while the podcast was on, because I remember talking about it. There was a guy who got caught robbing the petrol station with a gun, and it turned out to be a replica gun, but it was like one of those perfect replicas where they're like,
Right.
There's no way the person didn't know that was a handgun. You know what I mean? Especially for us.
Also,
Australians
in
too,
the
I feel
moment
less
as well, if
educated.
someone pulls what looks like a firearm at you, even if it's not perfect looking, you're not going to take the risk.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
So that cashier clerk is just told to give the money and go.
Yeah.
You know, insurance.
Over like 3 V's and a chicken strip, you're like, sure.
Sure, buddy. So
My brother had one of those like the gings in his room, and like, you know, he's my brother's a classic uncle. We're about the same age. He's only 2 years younger than me, but he's never had kids and never had really like real responsibility.
his job is to be the cool uncle.
His job is to be the cool uncle. So him and Lucas are in his bedroom at my mum's house shooting this ging.
You know, I thought about it. I didn't have an option. I didn't have siblings. I didn't have the option to be the cool uncle.
You can be Lucas' uncle. He needs some more mature uncles.
Why can't I be like the Godfather?
He already
You know,
thinks
that sounds cooler.
He already thinks you're pretty cool anyway, Kang.
Oh,
so.
there we go. See?
And they were shooting this spear ging in his room, and I walk in, and like a bunch of his shit, it just has spear holes in it. I was like, guys,
The chance of danger is so high. I've seen pictures of, I bought myself a new spear gun to go spear fishing. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm in the emergency room. I've accidentally shot myself.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of the videos of these guys fishing it, but what they'll do is they'll stand like the different setups. Like one of them has a laser sight on it, so you can like point it at like the rats and stuff that are climbing around. But there's like the ones that go underwater. The little spear is like has a barb on it, and it's quite a big metal backwards barb. So it's quite like it'll fuck you up. And
Because they're hunting real fish like barramundi.
yeah, and it'll go onto a reel. So it shoots the spear, but the spear is attached to a reel. So then you can reel it back in after. So you'll see there's guys standing on like a bridge going over the water, and the salmon will be swimming underneath, and he'll spear it, and the reel will instantly go like almost like a grappling hook from a video game.
Yeah.
And then you can try and reel it back in. But the way that like you're reeling is different because you don't have a fishing pole.
Yeah, because it's not like into
so they just start doing this like it's like kind of like they're running backwards with their arms, because they're reeling it back in. It's pretty cool to watch, and like obviously a crazy amount of skill.
Honestly, snorkeling seems kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. I feel like once in my life, before the Great Barrier Reef gets completely destroyed by whatever the fuck we're doing, I want to go visit the Great Barrier Reef and see if it is what it looks like in the pictures.
It's definitely no Great Barrier Reef situation, but there's places up north towards Kalbarri where you can get a very similar vibe without having to pay all the money to go out in a boat and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a place called like the Blue Holes. I don't know if you've ever been there. I think it's called Blue Holes. Or
I don't want to snorkel in anywhere in WA
Well,
How come?
because there's white sharks.
this
I
is
feel like that gets blown out of proportion.
Hell no.
no, it doesn't. Definitely not.
No
But,
way, Jose.
this Blue Hole section, where the reef is, it's far too shallow for the sharks to get in.
Oh,
Hey,
perfect. It's
if the
perfect
shark
breeding
is
ground for fish.
desperate, man, desperate people make desperate measures. I don't want to take any risks.
Because of it's hard to, it's only speculation, but for whatever reason they found sharks coming further and further into like fresh water areas,
Right, because it needs to hunt further in now.
yeah, which is strange. But a big part is like the conservation for sharks has been quite successful really as well. So population for sharks has gone up because of the conservation, but then we've done a terrible job at conservation of other animals like the fish stocks and their food. So we've got more sharks and less food for them to eat. So they seem to be doing more interesting like choices.
Because in my imagination, right, I go snorkeling and I hit a reef, and it's like those scenes in like I don't know. Nemo, sure. Yeah, like Nemo or Avatar, the James Cameron one, where like you walk in and all
Two movies very the same. Very
everything
similar.
fly off and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
you go into a different universe. It's like a whole different, it's the closest thing to an otherworldly experience here on Earth.
Have you guys ever done like snorkeling like on the reefs and stuff?
No.
I
have.
I have a deadly fear of, like you get nicked by the reef and then you get some terrible infection that you never survive from.
Well, you got salt water.
So but that's not how it works. The water's full of bacteria, like just packed full of
My
bacteria.
first experience going snorkeling was pretty bad. I was young and I went on a Rottnest trip with the school. The school organized a Rottnest trip. And it was a real shitty, rainy kind of day.
Yeah.
And we went snorkeling, and I went down, and a bunch of the kids freaked the fuck out because a seal just came towards us.
Oh, yeah.
So my experience wasn't great, but I'll give it a go.
Because I snorkel in Malaysia.
Was it one where you had to like link arms with each other and then where you're swimming, or you had to get the guys
Now,
leg in front of you?
we're off the edge of the boat, and it was only allowed 3 at a time, so they can keep an eye on us.
Got it, yeah.
So we went in, and I was like, what the fuck?
So you spent more time standing on top of the boat, freezing your ass off, waiting for your spot to next
Terrible
go.
experience. So I want to go when it's nice and sunny and it's
Go
like
to Malaysia or something.
It's picturesque.
Is it warmer? It's warmer,
It's
right?
warm
Yeah, because you're
all
close to
day.
the equator, right?
And there's no sharks. Because if there is, it's dead.
Oh, because they fish them?
I'll eat all the sharks.
Do you think like sharks have like an abundance to not go into certain areas? Or they would just
They just died. They all died. That's just what it is.
But we have a lot of reef.
Have you had shark before, Will?
Shark meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Melbourne. Like
The shark
fish and
meat
chip
is
shops.
shark meat is whatever.
If you've ever had fish and chips in WA, you've had shark.
Yeah.
But it's like gummy shark. That's like the cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
alright.
It's good enough to trick most people into thinking.
So
it's
the shark fin soup, right? That's the big coveted
Yeah.
one. I had it once when I was in China, and it's alright.
It's just like
all right.
real
noodles.
extra, right?
Yeah,
No, nothing. It's just nothing.
there's no real flavor there.
It's just people hyping it up, overhyping.
The fin itself doesn't have flavor. It's the broth they cook it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the broth. You can cook anything. You can put crab meat in it, and it still stays the same.
Yeah. I did see
I just feel like it's real wasteful. If you catch the shark, you might as well use the whole
Yeah.
shark.
there's a video going around at the moment. It's a lady who, because you like cook crab alive to like keep the freshness. It's something to do with bacteria in the body that after crab's been dead for more than 2 hours, the bacteria spreads really quickly. So that's why you cook crab and
Yes,
lobster alive.
that's the same justification for the lobsters too.
Yeah. So whether that's true or not, but that's what people say. So this is a lady who's she knows you cook crab alive, but she doesn't know how to cook crab, so she's cooking the live crabs in her air fryer.
God damn it! God damn it, lady!
And everyone and all the comments are like, "Oh my god! Like, I'm not a vegan, but this is
rough.
terrible.
That's rough."
And the crab's upside down, and she's put some like corn and stuff on
Oh
it,
my
and she's
God.
like, and the crab, you can see the crab like slowly moving its arms and legs around as it bakes alive. It's like what a nightmare. Like, I spent a big chunk of my life vegan, and then I obviously couldn't change that by opening a barbecue restaurant with them. But it's like, even like, it's like just put the pork thing out of its fucking misery.
Yeah, well, it's when
Oh my goodness!
it's when they say that like the crabs and lobsters can't feel pain, so don't feel too bad when you boil it alive.
So
and I'm
bullshit.
looking at that lobster, and it's like,
Yeah, you know how they scream?
Yeah.
It's like, they like scream, and people are like, oh, that's the whistle of its bones. It's like,
I'm like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah,
cool.
sure, bud. That's what they used to tell the like in like French, like 1300s France, where they're like, torturing people, and they're like, oh, that's the natural sound
Don't
of his
feel
skin
bad
flaying
about it,
from his
dude.
body. Like,
my
terrible.
But I think nowadays it's mostly accepted. Like if you go to a decent restaurant, the chef will kill the lobster before they boil it. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty accepted now that you gotta put us out of his misery.
Yeah,
It seems unnecessary, right?
Yeah.
kill it first, then.
On a whole different note, what was your favorite food item while in New Zealand? Because they do have some bangers. Like,
And
You
mash.
want to know?
yeah.
I had the best Asian food in Tianao.
Yeah.
Really?
On the top of near Milford Sound, up on the hill, I had the best Indian food I'd ever had in my life. There,
I don't know.
it's
I
actually
was like-
exactly where I was
I
leading.
was
I would thought you'd be like, yeah,
I was-
man, their lamb was great.
I was eating like everything. Like I tried the Ferg burger. That one's the most. Ferg burger is the most value because it's
What?
cheap.
What's a Ferg burger?
It's in Queenstown, and it's really famous. They won some like global awards.
So
for
they
their
open
burgers.
from 7 a.m. Guess 2:30 a.m.
So a breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast affair.
Whoa! Listen. 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
to 2:30 a.m.
So it's like to the next morning.
They basically don't close.
Yeah.
Yes. 7 days a week.
It's
Whoa.
It's a big, especially right now. I think their times change during the summer when it's less busy.
No, I think summer is even more busy.
more? But like-
because the jet boats, they told me like in winter it's about 500 to 600 people.
Yep.
In summer, 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so is a Ferg burger just a restaurant, like a regular burger?
Yeah, it's a
Is it
burger boy.
joint? Yeah.
it's just a burger boy of
okay.
this place.
Yeah, but it's
You
okay.
go, it's a tourist destination. You go there to have the food,
Yeah, the queue is insane,
right?
and the burgers are reasonable price
Okay.
for New Zealand Queenstown prices. Yeah,
Yeah,
On a
the-
tangent,
Nine,
speaking about-
19 bucks for a burger. That's considered cheap.
Yeah.
yeah, on a tangent, it's like when people go to New York, you go to a place called Katz Deli, and it's a pastrami Jewish style sandwich shop where you go, you get matzo ball soup, and you get like a pastrami sandwich, and it's like a real like New York touristy destination. Like you got to hit there and have the pastrami. I feel like that's the equivalent, right?
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
there, you go to New Zealand, you got to go visit.
It's
this
definitely a
place.
destination spot, and it will pop up on a lot of like travel guides and stuff like that as well. So.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the Asian food was the bang.
Was it because of the overall Asian population?
No, there's no one in the restaurant
Was it
at that time when I
the
went.
level of quality of food?
I think because the cost of everything in New Zealand is quite high, especially in the very, it's to like rent a restaurant, something like in Queenstown, super expensive. Like you have to, and what that does is it's a real wedge for quality. So if you want to survive this kind of ecology where there's economy
because New Zealand's a portion of New Zealand's money comes from tourism.
Correct. Yeah,
you got to have a good level of quality to survive.
But a lot of food is just shit.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, a lot. It's just shit.
Everyone's still got to eat one way or another.
Depending on if you're like a lot of local people is very think of it, it's very similar to the West Australian population, like the people that live there. We don't really have real high standards for food here, and it's completely the exact same over there. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
I'm working with Nem and trying things out and seeing how to make the food significantly better. Amazing. But I'm also still happy with buying like a day and a half old chicken strips at a petrol station.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's called life. You know what I mean?
And a lot of
I'll just eat plain bread out of the fridge if I have to. Dude.
A lot of cultures, like European cultures and Asian cultures, will see that and be like, "What? Why?" You know what I mean? Like, why is your food standard so low for what you're willing to eat? And I feel like it's very, very similar to there. So.
Yeah.
But they do have like an incredible like dairy industry. So their ice cream and their milk, it's all like tops. Did you go to the ice cream factory?
No, I went to the cookie factory.
Oh yeah,
the cookie time. Their famous cookie, whatever.
Was it good?
It's good. Okay.
I feel like in the scheme of like if we were to like rate snacks, like a cookie to me is like a muffin, and it has like a peak level of good that it can.
It needs to be like if it's fresh out of the oven.
I feel
it's got a little bit of that gooey center.
If you're going to New Zealand,
a good cookie is like proper A+ tier.
You're not going for the
There's
food.
no way a cookie's an A+ tier, cuz. That's
No. Fresh out of the oven.
Claim.
Okay. So
Gooey
if you're
center.
going to New Zealand,
Sure.
food is not your main priority.
Are we doing dessert tier list now?
I think we'll have to do a dessert tier.
And
list
then
at some
cheesecake is
point.
S tier.
No, cheesecake is
Cheesecake
hell
is S.
no.
Apple pie S tier.
Apple pie, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you slamming the caramel slice into there. But you see, now what I mean? Now, if you put a cookie,
Caramel slice is A.
this, you know, when you think of a cookie, like it's
A vanilla slice
it's a B or a C,
is
right?
A+.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
cookies
yeah.
got nothing on any of this.
No, cookies. No, you guys underestimating like a fresh out of the oven nice cookie, bro.
Yeah, but you're never getting that.
It's true, but when you do, like, you go to a place that specifically does cookies, it's like, whoa, like a dessert place.
Do you know, like, because we're
We're waffles. Waffles like B. B minus.
Yeah, waffle is like a meal item though.
Pancake is C. Putting pancakes
Yeah.
in C.
Yeah.
Muffins or cupcakes? Muffins are better than cupcakes.
It's the same thing, right?
Nah. Cupcakes is the sweet and sugary.
Oh, yeah,
A muffin
yeah.
is like a good blueberry muffin. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating a lot of those. This is terrible. You know the McGriddle.
Wait, what is the McGriddle?
The McGriddle from McDonald's they got at the moment. It's basically just a bacon egg muffin, but they use pancakes for the muffin.
I'll give it a go.
It's pretty good.
I'll give it a go.
The textures, well,
Bacon, the savory and sweet just does it.
Oh yeah, it's got a tiny hint of like maple syrup in the
you
the
bet.
bun of it. It's pretty good. I went to Chicken Lab last night. You been there in the city?
Chicken Lab?
Yeah.
The hell's that?
It's like a chicken place in Northbridge. Lucas and I went. And we went to footy last night and watched the Eagles like attempt to like flop around on the ground. It's crazy. But we went into this place.
As is the Eagles are destined to do now.
Shocking right now. But we went into a place called Chicken Lab, and it's like definitely a Korean fried chicken.
Fried chicken stuff
Yeah,
like
because they had I don't know if we went to like.
Oh, is this like what's it called? The 5 grams.
I think we were looking for that, but maybe we were there too late. It was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So, because I remember you saying that
7
was quite
grams,
good,
sorry,
right?
7 grams.
7 grams.
Yeah, Kang mentioned a while ago that was pretty good, and we were trying to find it, but I couldn't locate it.
If you have a big tummy, yes, it's good.
Oh, really?
It's too much.
Yeah, we took most.
Way
You know
too
what?
much.
Me and them had Korean fried chicken last night as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where'd you
yeah.
guys go?
We went to Joondalup, this place called K Street. I've never had it before because I've heard like mixed reviews. It's all right. It's
all right?
It's in Joondalup, which so my standards are already really low for food. And it's just Korean fried chicken.
Try 7 grams.
7 grams I've had before. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had a cheese ball thing there,
Oh, yeah.
and it was I don't know. It had like white sugar on top of it. Have you ever had this before?
No, but every time I look at it, I know that I'm going to get calories.
So it was super different to any like cheese ball thing I've ever had. It was actually incredibly good, and I'm gonna go back there and order some and bring them back here so that I can try and get Nem to replicate them.
If you want,
Perfect
because
thing.
you already live up that way anyway. Joondalup, they do the K Street, which me and Hab, right? We had the Korean fried chicken. They also do something similar where it's like, think of like a corn dog, but it's like 50% sausage, and the remaining 50% is cheese, and then they batter it, and then they fry it. And when you eat it, it's just like the cheese melts over the sausage. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
It tastes real good though, but you know it's bad for you, but it tastes real good.
Well, that's what this one. It was served with like caster sugar, powder sugar, whatever that.
Wow, the sugarins.
Yeah, but it was hell good. And Lucas, who's not very adventurous, he was
Just
skeptical. And then he tried it. He was like, "Man, this."
So the thing is
really good.
about a lot of the Korean food is that it's a mix of Western and Eastern, because South Korea obviously very Eastern inspired Korean dishes, and then they had that time during the war when they had a lot of American influence come through.
Yeah.
So that fried chicken and then the corn dog thing is very like much an American inspired thing from the wars. I think a Korean fried chicken is identified because it's the way they batter it. Well, to be fair, the way they batter the chicken isn't special, but like because it's the Eastern inspiration, they like a lot of sauces on the fried chicken. So you have like the like sweet chili, or the soy garlic.
Yeah, I always go for
all
like a
that.
honey butter. Like a honey butter.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
It was
We should do a 7 Grand Street.
yeah, we should 100%. Yeah.
Just a fried chicken trip.
Yeah.
And then after 7 grams, we can go play that stupid Warhammer thing that Danny has played and then left us down alone.
Oh, the VR space marine.
Thanks,
Hopefully,
Danny.
there's some new levels to that by now.
I think it's the same.
I feel like because it was like a Korean fried chicken place in the middle of Northbridge, though, like it's literally across from Paramount nightclub. I don't know if it was.
I know the one.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if
the
it's
one now.
directed at like white people essentially, because it was the most Korean-y kind of stuff going on there ever. Like there's a bunch of what's that thing where they run away and they're trying to win money?
What?
The show that everybody likes. They've got the red suits and the masks on.
Oh, Squid Game.
Squid
Yeah.
Games. There's like a bunch of like Squid Game statues, and then there's a bunch of the the apple and the pen guy.
Pineapple
yeah.
apple pen.
Yeah. Oh wait, not that guy.
Is he still relevant?
Nah, who's the guy that jumps up out of the stage when he starts?
Oppa Gangnam
Yeah,
Style.
the Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
There's just pictures
Side.
of that, and then there's like they've done a bunch of homemade. They've used like clearly like an AI generator to make Simpsons characters, but it's like I don't know, like famous scientists, but eating chicken in the chicken lab, like
Yeah,
with their
yeah,
branding on it. It's just like, I don't know is this what Korean people are into, or is this like so that when a white person like me walks in there, they're like, oh, Korean stuff.
if you're in a prime location to sell fried chicken, which is right outside a nightclub, right?
Directly across,
you don't
yeah.
need to try that hard.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to make sure that it's good, greasy fried chicken, and people will flock over. It's the same business strategy as all the kebab stores, just opening right next to a nightclub. So it's
Yeah.
like 24 hours. Come on down, grab
100%.
a greasy slice.
It is like it is funny because they use like they put posters on the windows, but they've used like white sticky tape to just put on each one of the corners, and like everything's like not unclean but very shabby. Like you've just put stuff everywhere. You know what I mean? And they just know they're like none of this matters. You just like fill your face with the chicken and get the fuck out.
So when you were in New Zealand, did you visit any game stores, or was it no work?
I went to EB Games.
Doesn't count.
That's how I
That's
feel
the
like
only store.
EB Games is
What are
currently
you talking about?
our
That's
nemesis.
the only store in Queenstown that sells cards.
Oh, so-
Really? Did local game stores not? I guess there's not a lot of economy for it.
What do you hope you want to do? Everybody's skiing,
Yeah.
jet ski, mountain biking, and everything, bungee jumping, and you want to play games. I don't think you have time for that.
Because I'm again quite interestingly involved in like the New Zealand part of it and the hobby part of it. I've watched a few stores open in the South Island and close over time, just
Right.
not being able to keep like financial feasibility in those areas.
Because you have a lot of tourists, but not a lot of locals.
Not a lot of locals,
So can you imagine firing up Commander and they're like, the tourists come, I forgot to bring my Commander deck.
Yeah,
You know?
Understandable.
the Queenstown and some of those central like areas where the more touristy kind of areas are, they suffer from that Spanish problem where a lot of the places are outpriced for people to actually live there at all.
Yes, you're right.
A lot of the locals have to come in from quite far away, or what happens is a lot of the people working in those areas are actually also on working visas, and they'll be in like a share house with like 4, 5, 6 other people.
Guess the average price.
Of a house?
Yeah.
It's like 1.3 million, right?
Yeah, about there.
Yeah.
And like what we're talking average
Oh,
house.
Average.
yeah.
Average.
Three by
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. Like literally like wood shacks with like two rooms in it.
So I was looking for like
Nice, but it is like
wonder
I want to
they
do like
start there.
Airbnb in Queenstown. I was like, hey, let's check out how much is it. I can't afford any of it.
Yeah. The Chinese
So as
investment
a-
into
as-
there is incredibly high. So like as Australian and Chinese relations have like bit suffered over the past 4 or 5 years. The advertising of like, I guess, people selling property in New Zealand to like the fresh air and it's clean. We're also, in times of maybe like strife that we're in now, Australia and New Zealand are the two countries that are consistently considered the most likely to survive any type of war situation.
Right.
Basically because it's not really worth wasting a nuclear warhead on any of our areas. Just population's not worth it. So these become
poor Kia birds.
yeah. So but like Australia and New Zealand, like Western Australia and New Zealand specifically, are incredibly popular to very high end, wealthy, like people from all over the world because it's seen as like a safe haven adventure. Like whether you think you're going to come here to like survive a war or just because it's a property is less likely to get damaged in some sort of conflict, it means there's lots of investment coming out in foreign buying.
As like an average dude who like wants to travel and like doesn't have the craziest budget, do I bother with South Island?
No.
Or just not?
As a young man want to travel around, definitely.
No, but no, with budget.
Oh, yeah.
No. It's just
It depends on what the budget.
Nah, the budget.
Budgeting just refers to thinking about how you spend your money. So if you've got a really low budget, then the answer is no.
Nah, no.
I know
You just can't do anything.
There's backpackers. Backpacking is a big thing there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
You just like
if
bunk
take,
up with a bunch of people.
If you take accommodation out from the whole thing, it's still very expensive.
Right, the food and
No. Just
daily.
take out the food too. Free food, free accommodation, still expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a big part of why a lot of young people work and travel at the same time, right? Because you have an average
true.
income. Plus
Everything that you do, like, all the activities I see in New Zealand, adult prices are 3 digits
yeah.
minimum. Like WA, adult prices like 2 digits, right? Like 50, 60, you can get things done. But in New Zealand, everything is starting from like
$100
100,
onward.
120, 110.
The way I feel about it as well is like you experience the slingshot, right? Because it's a like the jet boat, because you get to go slam through the cabin. It's really like fun. You've got your kids who want to do that kind of stuff as well. But I think as like a middle 20s to 30s adult, you can go there, travel and work. And instead of having to do the slingshot where you just experience the chasm that one time, then you move on to the next place in a day or two, you spend like a week or two in that town and you get to see all that stuff. And the need for you to do that very specific activity goes down and down and down because you're there every day and you're experiencing it. And like, you don't necessarily need to be on the boat because you've been around the area. Like the town's literally built over the section where it is. So you can see the boat slamming through multiple times a day, right? So it's like you don't necessarily have to do it. Or maybe, and you work there long enough, like, it's expensive. It's $170, but they've still got like good Western country wages. So you earn enough money over the next couple of days or whatever, you pay for it and you do it that way as
move
well.
on, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that...
Oh, they get paid lower than Aussie though.
Oh, well, yeah, it's just the New Zealand dollars is a debacle. but yeah, it's like, I think
Not really. It's only 1.08.
Yeah, it's just, ours is also...
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the minimum wage in New Zealand is not as high as Australia.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
I thought it was quite similar. But I also don't really know.
No, it's paid low, and just day-to-day living is very high. Like your groceries is very expensive.
It's kind of a joke here in Australia where...
Yeah, everyone's trying to get out of New Zealand.
Yeah, like, why do you see so many Kiwis living and working over here? It's because they've literally been priced out of living and working in their own places,
Yeah.
And the North Island, while still very picturesque, is far closer to like Adelaide or Perth kind of situation, like towns and cities. Like it's much bigger, more farming and bigger spaces. But there's more like centralized stuff there. Whereas the South Island is almost completely related around tourism. Used to be a lot of sheep farming and a lot of coal mining, but both of those have suffered. And you can't do a lot of like coal mining exploration because it's impeding on like places that are protected for like natural reasons. Yeah, conservation. Yeah, so you can't really do a lot of the stuff. So like the town that my family grew up on is called Greymouth, and that was only a coal mining town, and they're not allowed to even try to look for more coal where it is. And it's like there's not even a big deal because honestly they stopped finding it like 80 years ago and whatever. So, but you have a lot of places where they are forced to look for tourism, and if there's nothing there that's drawing them in, the town kind of just dies away.
Moves on.
Yeah.
So now that you're back to work immediately.
Yeah. Started work on Friday.
How many orders?
No,
roughly?
I got someone working.
Yeah, we
yesterday,
had-
yeah.
Someone was
Yeah,
picking
we
it
had
up.
your assistant come through and
Yeah.
drop cars off all the time.
I never met your assistant.
He plays One Piece here.
Oh.
How do you feel about the current landscape of card games where it's so saturated for options now? We have more and more card games entering this field.
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, we can rule out Pokemon and Magic. They will survive no matter what.
Yes.
So What do you think the next big contenders now for card game spheres are?
Well, One Piece is still strong.
One Piece is still very
It's
big.
very strong. Gundam is,
Locally, we've seen a little bit of like a ebb and flow. Like right now, we're in a bit of a
because
downswing.
it's quite off season.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a downswing, but it
Yeah.
always happens. It ebb and flows.
Yeah. Gundam is
Can we go through quickly what we've
Yeah.
got? We've got One Piece right now.
Yeah.
Like outside of the big two, you got One Piece, you
Flesh
got
and Blood.
Riftbound,
Yeah.
Flesh and Blood,
yeah.
Gundam,
Lorcana.
Yeah.
Lorcana.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Oh, Star Wars Unlimited.
Star Wars Unlimited, so 7. There's like sorcery, but whether you count that as being in the mix
We can
or
ignore
not.
the rest now.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into the weeds of you can ignore the like. There's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well,
Yu-Gi-Oh exists.
yeah,
but we don't
that's
do
true.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You get strong in US. Real strong.
Yu-Gi-Oh. I think if we're
Has that legacy player, right?
No, it has like Yu-Gi-Oh is stronger than One Piece. Yeah.
no matter what, we can grandfather in Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
They're like the trio of has been around for so long that they will probably always be fine because people will flock to them because they've
Yeah.
just been around forever.
So we'll do 3 up, 3 down. It's a little off because of the 7, but
Sure.
whatever. Which 3 do you think you're going to survive, Kang, and which 3 do you think are not going to survive?
I think
Let's give it like a 2-year bracket.
in 2 years,
Yeah.
in 2 years, all the games will survive.
You reckon?
Yeah, 2 years is not a long enough time for games to just die. I think no matter what, there's to be a small enough community to keep pushing it forward. I think the
Look at
creative-
Digimon.
Yeah.
Digimon is still there with the originals
A
happening.
bigger tell is more like the 5-year bracket.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Digimon is like they had 120-ish people for the originals. Still.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still.
I tell people
And what that's been around for.
Dragon Ball Masters, 35 people. So if you're playing Dragon Ball Masters regionals, you just
I
top,
forgot about Dragon Ball. That's the thing as well.
top 64 right away.
Yeah, I guess it's a good one to get into if you want to like play.
Yeah.
higher,
Just get
right?
free primary support.
Yeah.
So I tell people this all the time. When people ask me, "Do you reckon this game will do or survive?" And I tell people, unless you are Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, all games will die. It's not a matter of if it will die; it is when it will die.
when. Yeah,
you don't feel bad. Don't feel bad that your game will eventually die. Just enjoy it for what it is. Have fun with the game, and just like enjoy the ride. All good things eventually will pass away.
Yeah.
People's enjoyment or boredom, and naturally things happen where people will try new things. So, and the ebb and flow of games, it's like, it's not one day, one day One Piece will also not survive. One day Riftbound will not survive. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't just have fun and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I like that ethos. Like you treat it more like a movie. Like go there to experience, and when it's over, it's over. It's fine. And like then you can treat like Magic or Pokemon like blue stock shares.
Effectively what it is. And I think Reserve List in Magic is effectively the blue chip, right?
Yeah.
But
Did you see they're reprinting the dual lands in Arena?
that's fine. They've done that before in Miko and all that stuff.
I mean, Arena is online.
Yeah, and that's, I
Yeah.
think the question there is like, do you think? that-
Honestly, I think Arena is going to be a really fun ride because now you can start playing closer and closer to 7-Point Highlander.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
So I know Tom, we just on last episode, plays Arena. And he enforces Singleton on himself so he can play 7-Point on Arena.
Yeah, I wonder how he does competing against decks that are effectively just more efficient because they've got a 4 of then.
Curious, right? So yeah, 5-year span of card games. I think One Piece will be fine.
You think it'll be fine?
I think One Piece will be fine. I think it's still gigantic in the East. Japan, Southeast Asia, massive.
As like someone who, William, you're like intrinsically involved in One Piece. Do you feel, or are there any stats showing that player count is going up, or it's like it's kind of plateauing at the moment and stabilizing? Or
The good thing about One Piece is they have a lot of events. That's the good thing. If you have a lot of events, people can look forward to something.
Yeah, with
so
that.
you're always like, I'm going to buy cards for this event. Like if you keep doing events,
Yeah.
you maintain your player base or grow your player base.
I think there's a chance that given that 5-year span, somewhere between that 5-year span, I think for One Piece will fall off in the East, will fall off in the West. I
with
think
you.
the Western market for it is just not as strong as the Eastern market.
Little
no,
burnout.
you're wrong.
You reckon?
Western is stronger than East.
Is it?
100%.
then
I guess,
but is
I guess
that
in the East there's
death
more
knell for it then?
competition for
No.
card games. Yeah.
We have more events in US,
No,
like crazy.
I'm saying in Japan there's more competition for card games. There's more card games people want different card games.
Yes, correct. But One Piece in West is high attraction than Asia.
Interesting. Okay.
Prices wise, stock wise,
Yeah.
everything.
I think in the next 5 years we'll still have Flesh and Blood. I think Flesh and Blood is still fine. I think they're going through an ebb and flow where right now it's a bit of a quiet time for them. But Flesh and Blood have done okay for the last 5 years. I think they'll be fine for the next 5 years if they just keep, as long as because they're unique enough as a card game.
It is very unique.
They're so
The
unique.
gameplay is
that
Very
there's-
niche though.
Yeah.
Very niche.
There's nothing else that plays like Flesh and Blood.
It's funny because we haven't seen in our local store, and again, we're a bit of an older grandfathered store now as well. We've been around, so we haven't seen a population growth of Flesh and Blood in a long time. But over the last 6 to 12 months, I've actually seen like 2 or 3 new faces slowly starting to get involved. People trying new things, like Callan, who listens to the podcast, and like there's been quite a few people who've come through on the weekends, being like, "Oh, I'm going to come down on a Monday."
Yeah.
And I've missed a couple of Mondays, so I haven't seen whether that's actually come to like fruition or not. But way more, like I would say, a year ago, nobody was asking about it. And it's not to say it's bad. It's just it's competing.
Flesh and Blood has
against
the
other
benefit of being a like not an IP based card game, right? They are their own thing, which is incredibly. I think nowadays it's a monumental.
You
feat
need like
trying to
Warhammer.
launch.
If GW owns Warhammer, it's not it's their own IP.
Yeah,
It's a monumental feat to try and release a card game that isn't IP based on something else. Like they did it. They somehow did it. They created their own thing and were able to launch a card game out into the sphere. And they lasted.
that's true. They've got their own characters
to my
and
doubt,
designs and
which means it gives them full creativity to keep pushing forward. You know, it's not like eventually they'll run out of ideas.
It is funny, like all the Flesh and Blood characters and themes and storylines have been quite serious, like the high fantasy. And then the last one was a pirate themed meme.
Yeah,
like
the next
whole
one
thing
is
was memes.
the next one is called Super Slam, where it's a wrestling gladiatorial style thing.
Oh yeah, cool. All right, so they're in the comedy era of Flesh and Blood.
I guess. And then I think in the next my personal belief in the next 5 years, we'll see Riftbound as one of the ones. I think Riftbound is being supported by one of the biggest IPs in the world. League of Legends is the most played video game in the world, and Riot Games is very large. Riftbound is, for me, it feels like Riftbound have a lot of certain things that's pointing in the right direction in its way it's going. Once it's being developed by a team that already made a successful digital card game, Legends of Runeterra, but they sunsetted Legends of Runeterra so the team could move on to making a physical card game. Riftbound also is being supported by Riot Games, which is being supported by Tencent. They're launching massively in China. China is a kind of untapped market for card games. The Chinese market does not care about TCGs. Most Chinese people don't care at all about card games. But what they do care about is League of Legends, right? And they're launching it massively in China. It's an untapped market for a trading card game. And if China, as a giant market, picks up a card game, you never know what's going to happen, right? It's untapped. It'll be giving Yu-Gi-Oh to Japan for the first time.
Just in general, is China more of like a digital asset kind of country? Like
it's more like China has gone through such a crazy economical change in the last 2 generations. My grandparents' generation was starving. Barely able to have food, had nothing, right? And so my parents' generation and then my generation, massive generational change in a very short amount of time of people suddenly having a working class and having expendable income. So now China's just starting to reach the point where, the average person now has expendable income and can actually have fun things and enjoy themselves now.
Yeah.
And now they actually want to go out and spend money on
so there's a lot
fashion,
of angry
food,
grandparents
clothes.
being like, I can't believe you're wasting your money.
Yeah,
on this.
exactly. For my parents' generation, they would have absolutely no idea why would you ever spend your money on trading cards.
Yeah.
It's just unthought of. Why would you ever spend your money on games? This is stupid. You spend your money on, you buy a car, you buy a house, and you work and you die.
Yeah. It is crazy to think of like from one generation to the next where they've got to think about just getting food on the table.
Yeah.
And then their kids are wasting money on like they're buying skins on a video
Correct.
game and they're like, what the fuck?
So now China's situation is now China's untapped market is a lot of video game sectors are going there because children are actually having expendable income to spend money on games, skins, recreation, video games. For example, even in my generation, right, 10 years ago, China didn't allow video game consoles. The PlayStation, the Nintendo, all that was not even known.
Is that like not allowing Western culture in, or is it more about keeping children like safe from...
There's a strong push in the government to be like, we don't want our children going out playing video games. We want them to be like go to school and stuff. And also just like we don't want external influence on our culture.
Yeah. But
now they're allowing in the PlayStation and Xbox and PC games are big. So Riot Games being the biggest video game company in the world, League of Legends does well in China, and now they're launching their card game in China as well. So this is an untapped market. Anyway, and there's a bunch of things going well. I think Riftbound itself, I've been playing it a lot. They've just finished spoiling the entire game, so all the cards for the base set have been revealed. I've been playing a lot physically here with proxies. I actually enjoy the gameplay a lot. If you should give it a go, William, I reckon.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It plays a lot like Magic the Gathering and One Piece.
Oh.
It's not very original with its ideas, but what they're good at doing is taking ideas from other places and kind of refining it down.
Yeah, it is a nice mix and match of different stuff.
Yeah, that's
Because we
the
played
way
a game.
it should
We played a
be.
game, Danny, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
That should be the way, like refining it, not creating some new shit and then like making you think like
I think
what's
the
going
benefit
on,
is because
right?
it feels so familiar to the card games we play. It's very easy to onboard players. So here at Northern Boards, the way I've been teaching people and getting people in is I just tell them it plays a lot like Magic the Gathering. If you play Magic, you'll pick it up in like 2 turns.
Yeah, I think we played 3 games, and by the third one, I was fairly confident in what I was doing.
Yeah.
Also, William, I played in the Gundam pre-release. This fucking guy won.
You won.
Danny won the starter deck tournament, bro.
What the hell?
Starter deck tournament. You buy a starter deck, you sit down and play. Danny just
Damn.
grabbed. Which one did you grab?
I played. I have no idea.
You grabbed a random one off the fucking counter.
I
and then
played unsleeved.
and then just won.
to the people that were far more into that IP.
Yeah.
Not impressed with me.
I looked at the scoreboard. I was, what happened?
I think on my second round,
It's all that 7-point practice you've been doing.
Yeah,
that game,
yeah. Second round, second game, and I was like, I think I've won, right? And the guy was like, yeah. I was like, cool.
He's
sick.
like, disbelief.
Were you playing?
Maybe you did a mistake somewhere here.
Were you playing the aggro deck? Or was it?
I think so.
Yeah, the aggro deck is supposedly quite good, and I think your playstyle, Danny, where you like to just swing in.
I was just going to go either way. Yeah, because it's like
Yeah.
it's quite nuanced, but also I think it was quite easy to start playing. To be honest with you.
Yes, I play the Gundam TCG, and in my opinion, of all the Bandai card games, it's actually my favorite one design wise.
Yeah, I really liked it.
So the issue now with Gundam, right? Asia is not picking up.
That's hard.
Really?
That was a
Zero.
I wonder
that was
why.
a massive selling point because the
Zero picked up.
Gundam franchise is very large in the East, right? You're
Yeah.
really trying to push into that sphere.
Well, the product for anyone who hasn't seen it, you can buy the starter decks for the cards, but you can also buy the starter decks with the minis in it. I guess that's to try and
Number
transition.
one, pricing is shit.
Okay,
So apparently the regionals have no cereal, no nothing. It's just
interesting. They've kind of phoned it in.
so that's the issue, right?
Shot themselves in the foot there, right?
So
They're not going to launch.
if you
the game
don't
big.
put pricing like I always say, right? If your support for the card game is not there, like Locana, what Locana did recently, then your card game will slowly fall off because there's no one to look forward to. You don't have like a strong social game like Commander, like Magic, right?
Yeah.
Like where people don't need to have the
you need to have the competitive
pricing,
data drive.
but they have the Commander aspect of it.
Actually, quickly sorry, William, to cut you off. Real quick tangent as well. Riftbound is launching with multiplayer support, and I've been playing some of the multiplayer, the 3-person free for all, the 4-person free for all. It plays scarily reminiscent to Commander. It plays just like Commander. I feel like they understand now that there's the average like person taking decks home and trying to get play some games with their family. They just want to play casual bans games. The Commander-esque gameplay of Riftbound also lends to its favor.
Yeah, which is great because what you want is having both sides. You don't want to depend on one just one end of the spectrum. You want to have both, the entire spectrum of it.
Yeah.
I think being the nature of a lot of the people that are in these hobbies, a lot of people were never going to commit to the competitive side of it.
Correct.
Like it's not in their blood to do that, and you can't cut away all of those potential customers because you haven't facilitated something for them.
Correct.
Think about Magic. Right now, the Magic has the biggest market possible because they can sell cards to casual players, serious players, everything.
It is
people
funny.
who just like the art. People who just like the
And
IP.
people, the thing is, the competitive players are not spending as much as the casual players. The casual players are going for like the foils,
They want
the
the
borderless,
bling.
the secret layers, and everything. They just want to blink out and then show off to their friends.
Correct.
And then the competitive players just want base copy, non-foil, so my cards don't curl. I don't get called by judge.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I just want to play and win. That's all I want.
It's why Magic is going through a bit more of like a Pokemon vacation, where they're weighing the designing their upper end of cards is becoming more art based, foil based, collector based, so they can sell the premium version of the cards to the collectors, and then the base version of the cards are still for the average dude going out and trying to win a tournament.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like they're winning both sides. Like if other games, they like One Piece, people are using like the high end cards for like to play in tournaments.
Yeah.
Where the casuals just either just gonna be like base rarity or both or whatever. So I'm just thinking like Gundam. The problem with Gundam is then the pricing is shit
But it's
at the
still
moment.
very early days.
Nah, you already announced like the first tournament like for One Piece, you already got a cereal.
Interesting.
So now your first, and people will expect like Bandai, where's my cereal? Because Digimon has cereal.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball has cereal. Fusion World has cereal.
Yeah, I guess if the credit
where is the Gundam cereal?
It also costs Bandai $0.
Zeros, yeah. Probably $20.
They've also set a precedent for themselves, but maybe they're just trying to try different things or something.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
so
like
we're
if you
already
kill
on
your
the
pricing.
podcast, right? We're doing 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah.
Outside of the main 3. So 3 up, how do you feel about my list? I said Flesh and Blood, Riftbound, and One Piece will be fine. Those 3.
That's all right.
Yeah,
I
next 5
feel
years.
like One Piece will be there. Riftbound one's coming up. I think Flesh and Blood, I don't know. Flesh and Blood to me always been there is always a issue with the card game.
Yes.
The card game needs to revamp like the usability of the cards. Like the longevity of the cards is too short.
Was it the set, the Mistveil set?
Yeah.
The Mistveil set was all the legends out of it got banned. So that entire set is now worth $0. As in, and the distributor, like our distributor has 99 plus of just a massive overstock of that set, but no one will ever buy it because the stuff got banned out of it.
Yeah, because everything in that set, you can't use it. That's the problem.
That's crazy as well.
I mentioned it many times. Like they need to address that issue where you need to have like, because how Flash and Blood determine the colors, right? Like Magic, right? Is on the what's it called? The class.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So they need to have multi-class, like they need to bring back the classes.
Yeah, they need to have your equipment apply to more classes so it's
correct.
more usable.
Do you think they'll do like a legacy thing where
The problem is there is legacy thing right now, but the issue is your classes are not being used in standard constructed.
Yeah.
Which is the most played. Like if it's 70-80% played is standard constructed and only 20% legacy, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because what you need is like releasing let's say the new what's it called Slam?
Super Slam.
Super Slam, and then they have like certain class that overlaps with Mistveil. Your game, I would say definitely Flesh and Blood will be.
You're trying to
climbing
allow
up.
people to use more of their cards
Correct.
by increasing the usability of the classes. I get what you mean.
And what I think someone told me before is because they don't want to do that because it gets very broken.
It does. The balancing gets hard now.
Yeah,
it gets very hard to balance.
That's fine because you get to reuse it. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Because the game balances itself pretty quickly. Because
Living
if it's
Legend.
good, it gets Living Legend pretty quickly. But you get to use all your equipments again. So you just keep releasing new heroes, but the heroes get banned pretty quickly. But you still get to use your stuff.
It's interesting there as well because then even if the player base survives long enough to have it on, a distributor's only gonna take that hit so many times. Like if they get stuck with product, they literally can't move because nobody's gonna buy it. If that happens once or twice more, a distributor will be like, I'm not doing
Well, we're
this.
noticing it more because of the later sets, the Hunted and High Seas, there was significantly less product that we received through our distributor.
Yeah, your variability is way
the
down.
allocation was way harsher.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's
they're hedging their bets.
I don't know
a
if
lot
they're just overall they're manufacturing less of this product because they realize that they shouldn't saturate the market with product, or if our distributor is just ordering less.
Yeah, like we now receive so little Flesh and Blood, we have just enough to get us through the months for pricing, and that's pretty much it. Not really selling much more than that.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into the controversial part, the 3 down. What do you think in the next 5 years will fall off?
If they don't fix it, I think Flesh and Blood will.
You reckon? So your flesh, so my list, yours and my list different. Then.
So I would think like Flesh and Blood. It's in the middle. Like I feel like it's in
So
between
of
up and down.
Of your
Yeah.
3 up, then what's your 3 up?
My 3 up is One Piece.
Yep.
Of a Riftbound. And then I feel like Star Wars Unlimited.
Star Wars Limited. So it's really interesting, right? So I would have put Star Wars Limited as I don't know too much about. So for me, Star Wars Limited is a go down because locally not a lot of people are playing it. But you mentioned that apparently globally,
Yeah,
it's doing
strong.
quite well.
Strong.
You sell singles on Eternal, and you're doing quite well with that.
Yeah, doing better than Locana.
Yeah.
It's interesting as well because Star Wars is always traditionally such a strong IP. It comes in as a heavy hitter, but it's also one of those games where we've seen it be not supported the way it should do, and all the like tabletop versions of that game have gone.
Yeah.
There's been
You know what?
many
I just feel
parties.
like eventually you're just gonna run out of
You know-
things for Star Wars.
Nah. There's so many things because they reuse the thing like One Piece.
Gotcha.
So Star Wars recently released collector boosters.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
wonder
even know
if
that.
we look into that.
So
I didn't see them.
Well,
but-
I'll tell you later about it. But so my top 3 is like I said again, the Star Wars, what's it called, One Piece, and Riftbound, and then in between, like I can't put it
The
anywhere.
undecided is
like
Flesh and
it's
Blood.
Flesh and Blood. Like if they fix, to me personally, my personal opinion, if they fix the class thing, I think it's gonna be top. Even higher than One Piece. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If they fix that thing that they fix, I think it's gonna be killer because everyone gonna be like, oh man, my card's not gonna be worth. Everything's gonna be worth.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm no like Flesh and Blood expert compared to like a lot of people that do play it here. But I wonder if like in Magic how they have there's like there's the evil guys and it's like the rogues and assassins and
Correct.
stuff like that, and then there's the good guys or like the
knights
the parties,
and
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
so you got knights and wizards and clerics. I wonder if they did like a bracketing system where like every one of these classes are in this bracket, and then they can use anything from there.
Ah, yes. The
yeah.
honorable classes, then the nefarious
correct.
classes.
Yeah, exactly. And you do something like that, and then they can share equipment. And again, I know
That way, that's an easy way for them to release just an FAQ out
yeah,
Yeah.
and then group.
I mean, that's what I feel they should be doing. I'm not sure. A lot of people told me like the issue with it is it becomes broken. Like I said again, the game fixes itself
Yeah.
because of the living legend rule. So I don't see it as a problem because it's currently gonna be that anyway. So might as well get to use your stuff and living legend it.
It's
right?
no different to any other card game like Magic, where they just ban specific like things that are egregious, and you just move on, right?
And the thing is, instead of having getting banned your entire tool set, you're only
Yeah.
getting banned like one card.
Yeah.
Like you just
One
have
combo
your
piece.
leader gets living legend, but you still can use all your equipment,
Yeah.
all your cards
Yeah,
still can be used. That's the thing I'm saying, right? So now currently it's you ban the deck, not ban the card.
Yeah.
So that's why if you ban the leader, like I just $100, it's fine.
Yeah.
Instead of banning 1K.
Yeah.
Like currently
It's a
it's banning
big
1K.
blow.
It'd be interesting to like for this season you also holiday like certain things where it's like, you know, this season this specific thing was a problem last week, so we're going to just punt it out of this one, but it'll come back in the next season after or something as well. Like they have a lot of options they can move. I wonder why they're choosing not to do that.
So back to the controversial part, the 3 down. What do you think is the 3 down?
I feel like
'Cause
Gundam.
I feel like me and you are gonna have very similar lists here.
Gundam is not doing really well.
I still think it's too early to say.
Nah, if you're early, if you're not there, you're not there.
Yeah.
It's because like it's the same thing, right? So if you hit hard the first time, it's easier to maintain
Yeah, it makes
than
an
to
impression.
climb.
Gotcha.
So now if you want to climb, it's so hard.
You gotta have your launch set
Correct.
as big as possible. As big as possible.
So like Fusion World was he hit really hard and high, but it fell down really quick because there was a problem with the mechanics.
Yeah.
So it just fell down really fast because it didn't get fixed as soon as possible. So when he fixed it, it couldn't climb back up. That's what I'm saying. Like you need to hit it when it's hot.
Card games are very much an optimism and hype-based thing where the immediate moment people in your community start having a level of pessimism and start dropping off, it's like
Very hard
It's
to
like
bring it back.
it's like stocks. It's like people are just gonna start selling.
Yeah,
jump
Fire.
ship.
It's-
Yeah,
You
no
talked
one wants
about
to be left on the boat holding the pieces.
you saw fairly early on as Riftbound starts to get announced and people start to realize that's good, that you're seeing people selling their Gundam stuff on buy and sell pages like straight away from the event they just did.
It's hard,
Yeah.
man. I want to like Gundam because I actually really like the overall inherent design of it. But Gundam is launching on the same weekend as Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
As a card game, why would you ever do that?
Yeah.
Why would you ever launch a game at the same time Magic the Gathering
My
is launching?
second one is Locana. Locana
Sorry,
is at the stage.
before that,
Yeah.
also set two of Gundam is due to launch, I think, a few weeks right behind Riftbound. So your set 2, which is your lead on set, is
Yeah.
coming out right next to one of the biggest card game releases of the year as well.
Yeah, you're
So
really shadowing yourself behind
the
a bunch of other
timing is
things.
so bad.
So okay, the second one is Locana. Locana is at a stage that I don't know what on earth is doing. Like the rotation, I think it's too quick.
I think what's happening with Locana
Two
is that the
two seasons away and you rotate.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Ravensburger is doing a lot of in their mind is like very positive to the balance of the game and doing a lot of like these things that are like very good for the long-term health of the card game, but it only matters if your game has been around for long term.
Yes, correct.
The rotation cycle and the overall balancing and the approach they have had is very like proactive. But the problem is that it's very bad for people who are just picking up the card game. So the fact that you're going to have a rotating cycle where the first year releases are now going to get rotated out, the people who were day one purchasers of Lorcana collecting those cards now are going to be, oh, my cards can't be used anymore?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like it's not even like 2 years max. 2 years.
Yeah, we're reaching that 2-year point. And on
Yeah.
the 3rd year point,
And
the first year
Asia
rotating
just
out.
launched Locana as well. And they're selling box 1 to box 4. And then
People
imagine
aren't going
that.
to buy box 1, box 4 if you're
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
going
going
to
to
be
rotate out
banned next,
in a year.
like in a couple of months.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, imagine buying a box or something. and you walk into
rotation,
t-shirt
I
and it's
agree,
like-
but way too quick. Maybe
Rotation
you
is
need
good for the health of card
3 to
games.
4 years, maybe.
But every card game
But
only starts
way.
introducing a rotating format after like your stability of the card game is introduced.
Right. So One Piece introducing rotation after maybe 14 sets.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah,
It took
14
probably
sets.
like a year.
14
14
sets.
sets.
Yeah, it took about 2 years.
So now Locana is what, 8? Set 8, right?
Yeah.
So set 8 starts to rotate. That's insane. That's crazy. And then cutting off major events from the game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, I don't know what on earth they're doing. Like, it's a great game, but you're killing. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you're telling like people like, oh, our events are not making money, but in the US, your events are all sold out.
Correct.
Here as well, it's all sold out.
I've heard stories a lot of mismanagement of the events as well.
Yeah.
It's very much a telltale signs that like Ravensburger is a new to the card game sphere.
I think they shouldn't be managing it.
And they're just not sure what they're like stumbling through their intro beginning bit where they're not quite sure on what they're doing, and they're just still learning. They're still learning how to run card games.
So Magic started theirs in 1995. Obviously, the game released in 1991. So it was 4 years for them before they started running. And it's like
and then the rotating format wasn't like it wasn't the way that rotating formats are now, where it's like the last 2 years they slowly introduced like the changes to how the rotation works. So there was a lot of different formats back in the day.
You know, you're talking about like 1990s when things moved a lot slower. So, and they were still giving you 4 years out of use of your cards at that point. So it's like for Locana to hit down to 2 does seem quite egregious on the collector's side of it.
It's crazy.
And
That's what I'm saying.
the harsh part is that's 2 years over the game's lifespan internationally. In Australia, Locana has only been out for just over a year.
Yes.
Because remember, they fast-tracked the release.
Yeah. And it's the same thing that now they're doing when they're doing in Asia. So it's like, it'll feel harsh to the people here. To the people in Asia, be back like,
So why would you play this game?
Yeah,
then?
maybe just give yourself another year at least or something.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, at least 10 sets.
And then there's
10 sets
obviously
or more.
things where like the balancing, one of the big egregious decks early on got FAQ'd and rotted really quickly, which is good for the balancing of the game. Naturally, they should have done it, but it also does hurt a lot of people's wallets who are buying into that deck.
Yeah.
And once again, we can always talk about how card games, trading card games, collectible card games, it is a game. Sure, you can justify it by saying it's a game, but also it is for a lot of people in a financial investment because you have to put money into this thing, and for a lot of people, it's an economy. And the pricing of this matters, no matter what you say. No matter what you say, the pricing matters of a card game.
It is funny how the game is burdened by the fact that it's worth money. You know what I mean? Like a board game can just be.
But people also wouldn't play this game if it wasn't worth money.
Yeah, I totally hear. It's like a
It's a
board game
fact.
can just be a great board game because you've designed it well and it doesn't matter.
And like you can say like
I say many times, right? If you want a card game that does not have any value to the cards, just play poker.
just play board games.
No, like card
People
games.
play
Actual like
people play poker because there's money.
yeah. I mean, the card does not have money.
Correct. Just play a board game.
yeah.
But and then you can from an individual person's perspective, the financial investment of how much money you put into the game, how much money you can get out of it is sort of part of an incentive to play the game. But for a business, for Northern Boards, for every single facet of how card games run, you have to have some sort of financial incentive for, say, Northern Boards. We need a financial incentive for the cards to be worth something so that we can sell the cards. And then you can buy the cards from us and get the cards you can play with. It's a whole cycle. It's an economy. It's an ecosystem of how it all works.
Yeah.
The cards need to have a value for everything to work out.
That's like we've been cracking like sports cards, obviously. Like
no value.
We
Well,
bought
it's
some.
fun.
We bought some football cards before William went away, and I've been like perusing my way through those. And I'd love for like the boards and like to me as like a football fan to like deep dive into that.
Yeah.
But the resale of it is like just
Terrible.
not here. Yeah. Maybe it's just like a Perth thing or like even just our area where the sports cards isn't something we've have an establishment in. So it's hard to get a customer base in for it. But it's while I'd love to just have like binders full of all those like the teams and sell them, it's just going to make zero money. It's not worth it.
People love their collectibles to be worth something. I think
Yes.
part of the collectability of it is that there is some tangible, like we can assign real world value to a collectible. It's why people go out and like they try farm for Labubus, or it's why people collect whatever they like to collect. Even if it's expensive cars or whatever it is.
No one wants to collect rocks that you find from the park.
without a value,
pebbles
without
or-
a value
Some
assigned,
hippies do, yeah.
without a value
Leaves,
assigned
dry
to the collectible
leaves.
card, without a value assigned to a collectible card, it is just a piece of card.
Would you collect dry leaves, Kang?
No.
Dry leaves from trees from different suburbs.
But if suddenly there's dry leaves worth $1,000,
This is my
maybe.
Mosman Park leaf, right? Yeah.
Apple cross leaves, baby.
So yeah, we have the two down. We have Lorcana and we have Lorcana and we have Gundam.
Yeah.
Is there a effective third? We kind of just group that into all the other miscellaneous card games that kind of exist in the sphere.
Yeah.
I think that's the turn one is just not there. Like you
I
know,
mean, sorcery is.
it's
Yeah.
too
We
it's
can
too
kind of
small to say that it's gonna die. Like it's so small right now that its own current
Yeah,
fan base
they're
is
off
just
the radar.
It's just carrying it.
These games are off the
They won't
radar.
That is
die.
true. Like Sorcery might be costing its developers so little money to produce compared to a juggernaut like these other games.
Yeah.
That maybe they can survive because the cost is just way less. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it is also like they'll never get the traction they're
All
looking
they
for.
need to do is just have their own niche, and they'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
And they're sustainable.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
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 So it's a shame because I still think that the latest Sorcery box is the best piece of marketing
Sorcery have
I've
the
seen
best
ever.
art.
Yeah.
Some of the best art.
It's the like embezzled like box.
Yeah.
It's just
That
so-
gold lacing on that booster box.
Yes, so good. But
All right. Welcome back, William, to Northern Boards. We'll hope to have you in a couple more episodes going forward as well. Welcome back regular. We are at that 1 hour 15 mark as well. Northern Boards is going to be open soon. Any moment now, Sarissa is going to bust through that door and say hi.
if she's on time anyway, she will be.
True. That is a good point. All right. Any last words, guys?
No, I think next week we'll touch on some of the fantasy. I think we're all like we've all had a little bit of a view
Yep.
from some of those things, and then Warhammer's had some massive releases. So
Yeah.
you know,
We'll touch upon that next week.
Yeah.
So we got Edge of Eternity pre-release coming out really soon. Magic Gathering sort of Magic.
is it next week?
Next week. So
Yes, sir.
26th and 27th
Bam, bam,
of
bam, bam,
July
bam.
is going to be Edge of Eternity pre-release. Big deal. So that week is also going to be the big Gundam release as well.
Final
Come on down
Fantasy
if
is
you
still
wanna
not
enjoy.
over, and Age of Eternity.
Age of Final Fantasy still
Well,
not
for us
stuck.
it was over that week, right? So-
Keep an eye for all of our events as well. We've got a bunch of stuff coming out. The Warhammer 40k League is registrations still up at the moment. Otherwise, we have a bunch of new stuff. Come on Fridays down if you want to play Riftbound. We have people gathering every Friday to teach and learn and play Riftbound. That's going to launch in October. So we've got a bit of time. Keep an eye out. We'll see how we go.
And Eternal Magic's just launched their rugby trading card game
Yep.
sales online, so go
All
check
right,
that out.
I'll buy some football.
William's going to buy all of us Ferraris.
I will do what not.
His
So
New Zealand influence is kicking in now.
All right. Take care, everyone.
just smell.
Bye bye.